Welcome to the realm of astrology, Gemini. This is your monthly horoscope for July 2021. But before we begin, I would like to let you know that I do daily video horoscopes that I post on my YouTube channel every single day. I do weekly video horoscopes that I post every single week. And I also do monthly horoscopes that I post every single month on my YouTube channel. You can watch them all. And I also want to request you to hit the subscribe button. Alright, so before we enter the month of July, I do want to mention that we are having a lot of planets retrograde as we enter the month of July. We have Pluto in retrograde, Saturn in retrograde, we have Neptune in retrograde and Jupiter in retrograde. And when planets are in retrograde, the forward direct movement of forging your path slows down, and it's a time for us to reap the rewards for the work that we've already put in. So that's the energy as we enter the month of July. And without talking too much about what's been happening in the past, let me talk about what's happening for you in July. Now, the first important event, Gemini, happens on July 9th, and it is the new moon in Cancer. Okay, I'm going to place it on the chart for you, and it's right here. It's going to happen, I believe, at 18 degrees of Cancer. And this new moon is going to fall in your second house. And the second house is the house associated with material possessions, finances, your skills, self-worth, values. So when there is a new moon there, it means it's a new beginning, because a new moon represents a new beginning. On the new moon, we seed something that will grow in the future. So this is a new moon, a new beginning for you, Gemini, in your finances, in your material possessions, in your skills, in your self-worth, in your values. So that's the first thing. And another thing I do want to mention is that this new moon in Cancer is different from the new moons we've seen for about 2 years. And that's because of two reasons. Because the past two times, we had a new moon in Cancer. We also had the nodes there. Not last year, but the year before that. And when the nodes are there, it becomes an eclipse. So every time we had a new moon in Cancer, it was an eclipse. And eclipses don't always feel very easy, and the eclipses in Cancer and Capricorn were very intense. And the second more important reason why this new moon in Cancer is different is because since 2017 December, Saturn has been in the sign of Capricorn till 2020 of December, which meant that every time we had a new moon in Cancer, Saturn would oppose it. And Saturn opposing a new moon doesn't feel easy, because Saturn is the planet of hard work and discipline and decisions. So this new moon in your second house of finances, self-worth, material possessions, skills, values is not going to feel as difficult as it did last year or the year before that. So that's what I wanted to mention. And the second thing happens on July 11th, and Mercury changes signs. It will also enter the sign of Cancer. It'll leave your first house and enter your second house. And Gemini, it has been a big month for you, the month of June, because there was a new moon solar eclipse in Gemini, which meant it was in your first house of your identity, who you are, your consciousness. And that was a powerful new beginning that happened on June 10th for you in that area. And Mercury was there, transiting your first house, meaning your mind, your thought processes, your communication, very focused on things connected to you, your leadership skills, anything connected to you. And now it's leaving your first house and entering your second house. And again, you will be thinking, processing, communicating about matters of the second house, which are material possessions, self-worth, values, skills, finances. And then the next thing, Gemini, happens on July 15th, and it's that Chiron. Chiron is going to go retrograde. Now, Chiron is our deepest wound, but it's also how we heal, and Chiron heals in a peculiar way. It heals us by wounding us more. And for you, Chiron in the 11th means there's been some bittersweet feeling, bittersweet healing connected to your social circle, the groups that you belong to, your hopes, goals, and dreams, and even the future. Something in that area. And when Chiron goes retrograde, the active healing process slows down, which means the active wounding process, the bittersweet process, slows down and it feels easier. So after July 15th, that part of your life that you are healing in some ways will begin to feel better. And moving on to July 21st, Venus is going to change signs. It's going to enter the sign of Virgo. And this means it's going to change houses. Venus is right here. It has been transiting your third house. It is going to move into your fourth house. And wherever Venus is in our chart, we become more, whichever house Venus is transiting, we become more receptive to those areas, and we also receive some sort of gifts and blessings. And for you, Venus has been in the house of communication, your siblings, your immediate environment, your thinking, writing, that house for the past 20-25 days, and it has made you more receptive to those areas until July 21st. However, on July 21st, it's going to enter your fourth house, meaning it's going to make you more receptive and give you gifts connected to your family, your foundations, your deepest emotions. So that's what's going to happen on July 21st. And then on July 22nd, the sun is going to leave your second house and enter your third house. And wherever the sun is transiting, though that area of our life gets illuminated in certain ways, and for you, for the past 30 days up until July 22nd, that area has been your self-worth, value, skills, finances, and now from July 22nd, the area that is going to be more illuminated is going to be your immediate environment, your surroundings, your siblings, your thought processes, your communication. All third house matters. And then on July 23rd, we have a full moon in Aquarius. And we'll have the full moon in Aquarius at 1 degree. Okay, so the moon's still going to move on here. And you're going to have an eclipse here. Not an eclipse, full moon, sorry, at 1 degree of Aquarius. Like this. So the moon's going to come right here at 1 degree of Aquarius and oppose the sun, and that's a full moon. A full moon is a point of culmination, it's a point of completion. It's also a point where we can see things clearly. And for you, this full moon is happening in your 9th house, and your 9th house is the house of adventure, of knowledge, of wisdom, higher education, beliefs, all these things. So something in those areas will be completing itself, culminating itself, or you'll be able to see certain things clearly. Now this full moon also ties back into the new moon in Aquarius, which happened in Feb of 2021, Feb 11th, I believe. And that also happened in your 9th house in areas that I just mentioned. So something that you may have started around Feb, seeded around Feb, you'll be able to see that clearly. That's another thing that is being completed, Gemini. And then on July 27th, we have Mercury changing signs, which means it's changing houses. From your 2nd house, it's going to enter your 3rd house. And now you will be thinking about communication, your siblings, your immediate environment, your writing, if you write, anything 3rd house related, that's what is going to be on your mind starting on July 27th. And on July 28th, Jupiter is going to retrograde back into Aquarius, and Aquarius is your 9th house, which means the rewards for the work that you've put in while Jupiter was direct in Aquarius will start coming to you, and this is connected to your belief system, to your knowledge, to your wisdom, to higher education and foreign travel. And then on July 29th, Mars is going to change signs. It's going to enter the sign of Virgo, which means it's going to leave your 3rd house and enter your 4th house. And Mars enters a particular house after 2 years. So after 2 years, your home, your family, your foundation, your deepest emotions will feel reinvigorated, re-energized, because that is what Mars does, and that process will begin on July 29th. And this was just a brief overview of the month for you, Gemini, and for the details of these transits, you can watch my daily videos, which will include everything in a lot of depth. And that's all I'm going to say as far as the astrology is concerned. And if you would like to know major themes that are happening or long-term themes happening for you, Gemini, like where Saturn is, where Jupiter has been, where Neptune has been, do let me know and I'll incorporate those in my next video. And I will pick a card for you now, and then we'll close out the reading. Okay, I'm gonna go with the top card. It says to the sea. Now this card makes one feel like one is lost. She's trying to find her way. She's in the middle of an ocean, in the middle of a sea, and she's trying to find her way. And she doesn't look very happy. So maybe, Gemini, this is perhaps connected to the fact that you did have a new moon solar eclipse in your first house, which is a new beginning when it comes to your identity. And as we enter July, till July 9th, you will still have that energy, and even longer, because it was an eclipse, and perhaps you're trying to find that new identity. You're trying to change or grow into who you are, and maybe this card is saying you're finding your way. I am also, and there is also a face in the sky. Maybe you feel like you're finding your way, but there is something guiding you, and you will get there, because there's someone looking at her, and the face has an expression as if everything's going to be okay. So perhaps you're trying to find a way, but know that you're guided and you will get where you want to go. And I will pick another card for you today. Let me shuffle this. Says regeneration. Now this card confirms to me that maybe you are changing, you are transforming your identity, you are creating something new connected to your identity, and there's a regeneration of sorts, and perhaps that regeneration is feeling a little difficult. You may not know where to go, which direction to go, but you are guided and you'll get there. So that's all I have to say for the month of July, Gemini, and I'll see you in one of my other videos. Do hit the subscribe button and have a great day. Bye.